Just
yeah, we've been talking for a while, y'all, and this is gonna be one for the ages, man. I'm not gonna do a long introduction like I normally do, but y'all already know what to do. Subscribe, like, share, hit the notification, leave some comments below, do whatever you feel. I got a special guest in the building today. Island Gaming with Jay's in the building on Di-RRec Gaming. We got our brother back in the building, Resident Gamer Zero, and we got our other brother back in the building. We got Realist One, and I got my other brother in the building. We got Metroplex, and I got my other brother in the building, Spark 117. Now, what's unique about this show, real quick? And I know I just lied because I said I wasn't gonna make this intro long, so I just lied. But I got 2 Canadians and I got 1 island guy. Well, really, we got 2, because I'm out of the Guamanian League. I'm out of the Pacific Ocean, and my man Island J out of the Caribbean Ocean. So there's some island, there's a lot of water going on around here, a lot of tsunamis going around here, and I'm gonna let these dudes cook y'all. Because it's funny how, all these years, Donkey Land has been lied to, but y'all, you can't even feel sorry for y'all because y'all accepted these lies. And because you accepted these lies, you deserve everything you get now. No need to sell your PlayStations. There's no need to be goofy on Twitter X. We know you're really hurt. Stand tall. That's one thing about the PlayStation fan base. They don't know how to stand tall. There's no need to get dumber and dumber and dumber about all of this. Look, it's coming down to this. You either buying these games and playing these games like we've always said. Gaming is a showcase. So you just proved to everybody that you really don't even care about your platform. Soon as things don't go your way, you give up, you want to sell something. Nobody wants the PlayStation 5. Unless you're selling it for $1 or you're giving it away. Let's go, y'all.
The following is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Island J, you the special guest. I got 5 mics that are going to be on display today. Island J, I got one for you. Laced in platinum, bezeled out diamonds on the side, a nice pad on the bottom for you, fam. Yo, I know you got a lot to say. I really admire your videos. I'm a fan of your videos. You crack me up. But there's one thing that I can say about all my comrades on this panel. Y'all were all true sayers. I've given y'all plenty of flowers. I pretty much drowned the Realest One. I don't know if he's ever dug himself out of flowers yet, but the time has come.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to everybody around the world, welcome to Di-RRec Gaming. Island J, here's a mic, man.
Yeah, let me just say, I started this thing when I started to see a lot of lies in the, in the little space that, I've been listening to a lot of, long before I had a YouTube channel, I used to listen to your stuff, right? Long before that. I'm a subscriber long before that, right? And I used to be hearing a lot of the commentary, and there has been
I'll be damned.
Yeah, a lot of lies that was going on. And they say, you know what? Let me jump on this YouTube and let me see if I could, tell some truth, because somebody have to say it. These ponies are unhinged. They are arrogant, and I don't like that, right? I don't like that. So I came in here to discipline these ponies. And I started the discipline. These guys thought that they were the hot shots. But guess what? These guys ain't no hot shots, because I would have consistently been seeing these guys coming and talking about all the console sales they had. 100 million console sales. Right now, the PlayStation 5 is at 80 million console sales. But could somebody tell me, how could you have all of this install base but selling only 1.2 million in the first 2 months of your game of the year? That is 0.1% of your player base If it is you are telling me that you have 80 million consoles, but you're only selling 1 point something million in 2 months, and then we have Forza, a game that you guys downplayed over the years, a game that you guys said that here what? Microsoft don't know how to manage studios, they don't know how to make games, but this game actually dropped and it exposed you guys, it exposed all the ponies. When Forza dropped on PlayStation platform, it exposed the ponies as cappers. These guys, first of all, said Microsoft don't have good games. But guess what? You guys came off and bought Forza Horizon, the best racer I have out there. Like nothing. You guys bought this more than you guys bought Astrobot. But when it is you look at the install base that Sony has, why are these games selling so little bit? Could anybody in the panel explain that? Why it is there is such a disparity between the amount of software being sold on PlayStation compared to how many consoles they have? Now, I know what they're going to say. You shouldn't talk about sales because Xbox don't have sales. And I have a very clear counter argument to that. Microsoft gamers have options. There is no options for a Nintendo gamer. There's no option for a PlayStation gamer. You have to buy the game. That is no option there. A Xbox gamer could choose to come onto Game Pass. When they come onto Game Pass, they play the game, and if they want, they could unsubscribe. If they want, they can stay. So you cannot judge Microsoft on the metric of just buying games. You have to judge Microsoft on another metric, different from just buying games or the old model, right? That is very clear. So, I mean, these ponies have been capping for some time now, but it really goes to show, just as what Legal said, these guys are not buying their games. And because you are not buying your games, ponies, guess what? Guess what? It's coming over. Xbox is dead. Sony needs Xbox. That's very clear at this point in time.
Keep cooking, Jay. Keep cooking.
Come on, man. Come on.
Don't stop.
But tell me, anybody on the panel, why do you think PlayStation the buying these exclusive games, why are they not selling as much as, look at what Forza is doing. Look at what even Sea of Thieves did on PlayStation. All of these Xbox games are excelling. Why is these games are not doing well on their own PlayStation platform? Anybody?
Man. Look, Jay, man. People never bought a PlayStation for PlayStation games.
Mm-hmm.
From the very beginning. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft had the same plan, right? If you watch the little documentaries, they say we need to make a great third-party platform. Microsoft went out and bought Gears and Halo. What did PlayStation have? Why did people buy a PlayStation? It was never because of what PlayStation did. Yeah. It was always because of the third-party exclusive deal that they had that don't mean as much as they used to, the Final Fantasy 7s, things like that. And then Twisted Metal and some of those other games did get some attention, but there's a reason why we're not getting a Twisted Metal 6 by now. Not enough people bought it. And so people don't buy a PlayStation for PlayStation games. It's just simple as that. So as much as the fanboys come out and talk about the exclusives, people don't care anymore.
Yeah.
We talk about this all the time. They're playing Fortnite, Madden, and Xbox has it too.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they still have their mainstay franchise. There's no mainstay. I mean, Fable went on a long hiatus, but Fable is coming back. They don't get any more Killzone. They don't get any more Warhawk. They don't get any more Mag. They don't get those games. SOCOM. They're not getting those games because people never really bought into them enough. So they bring out Astrobot. I think, what is it, like the 5th one? It's like 17 Ratchet and Clank games. Nobody cared all these years.
Yeah.
Because they never bought a PlayStation for PlayStation games. I mean, they had some success at the end of the PlayStation 3 with some of the games with Last of Us and whatever else came out. And then you had Uncharted. And those games did all right. But not for the money that they're spending to make the games. That's why they don't get another Uncharted game.
Yeah.
That's why they get a Ghost of Tsushima, because supposedly it costed $60 million to make that game, and it sold $10 million plus whatever PC sold. So yeah, that's the problem. So when they bring out a game like Astrobot, nobody bought a PlayStation to play that game. See, that's the type of game that PlayStation should have had. Your Little Big Planets and your Astrobots when they had the Vita. Those are the games that they should have been pushing real tough back then. What are you saying?
Yeah. And I mean, and that exposes a lot of things there, because I'll tell you something. The mere fact that Astrobot got Game of the Year, they praised this game so much. I mean, Jeff Keighley had about 15 tweets about Astrobot, right? he gave this Game of the Year, but yet still, when you look at the raw numbers for Astrobot, at this point, to have this game release, a Game of the Year title at least should be very popular. It must be a mass amount of persons who would have bought that game. When you look at Forza coming on PlayStation in just a month or 2 months and able to eclipse, that sales is able to eclipse what Astrobot have done, somebody's lying. And it's not only, listen to me, and it's not only that, but why it is on PlayStation side, they are constantly looking for these monthly active users all of a sudden. I thought that monthly active users wasn't as important as console sales. 80 million sold, and you are telling me that every month only 10 million is putting on the PlayStation? What is even going on here? Who is playing the PlayStation? A lot of these PlayStations that is sold is somewhere in a warehouse sitting down gathering dust. That's the only conclusion I am seeing as to why it is. Out of that 80 million, 40 million is not buying these exclusive bangers. These guys basically ran Square Enix out. Square Enix no longer, listen to me, Square Enix no longer want to have anything to deal with exclusives with Sony. And
bro,
that is not by chance.
Look, hey Jay, it only took Arrowhead one game to figure that out.
Exactly.
That's because a small percentage has never even been turned on. A lot of people haven't moved from the PlayStation 4 platform. Why should they? Like, a lot of the games are cross-gen, or they're basically just upgraded versions of PS4 games. But no, I think it's a number of things. Number one, the mind share, right? People are too self-absorbed in the live service games, right? Number two, Sony's games are boring. They're not fun, right? Like, they try to make their games too much like movies, right? Like, people don't play games to play movies, right? They play it for fun. That's why Nintendo games are so successful.
Yeah, the
right?
fun factor.
Because they're fun, the fun factor, right?
Yeah.
And I think Sony's kind of lost the plot with that. They keep trying to go down that road, and now that they realize that that's not what's pulling people in anymore, they're trying to pivot and go the live service route and kind of bring back their cash cow, which was Call of Duty. When they lost that during the ABK deal, that was a big deal to them, because that was what funded a lot of their first party games. So they're kind of lost in this maze right now. They don't know which direction to go to get to the exit, right? To find that golden ticket that they need to keep going as a business. And I don't think they will.
They know what to do. They just can't do it.
They can't pull it off. They've shown that, and their studios can't do it because their studios are so used to making the same type of game.
Facts.
They've just kind of lost what it means for gamers to truly enjoy gaming. Right? You know, like it's they've lost that entertainment, that fun factor that, you know, kind of what brought them there in the first place. So it's a multitude of reasons, but I don't think that I don't think they're ever going to be able to pull themselves out, to be honest with you. They're going to keep chasing this red herring, and they're going to run themselves down, because that's why they're making all these types of different business deals that they've never done before. Like, when they're trying to pursue things that they shouldn't be pursuing, like anime deals, you know, more entertainment movie deals. You know, they just started a new partnership with Bandai Namco, which I don't even know how they're affording that, because they still haven't even paid off Destiny yet.
Man, did you see how much they put on it? They didn't put a whole lot on that.
No, but still, like, where are they getting this revenue? And that's why they need to shift to expanding beyond their platform, because it's like Phil said, right? You keep selling to the same base.
People,
that base isn't buying the same amount they used to. So what are they going to do? They have to. They have to do this. They don't have a choice.
They have to pivot. And I mean, it makes so much sense. President Jim Ryan Game Zero, it makes so much of sense because I'll tell you something. God of War Ragnarok released both on the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5. Am I correct?
Yep.
Now, if the PlayStation 4 has how many consoles sold? 100 and what? 40 console? 140?
14 or something like that.
Oh, yeah, 117, right? 117.
A lot of them are either sitting in warehouses or have never been turned on because scalpers.
Beautiful. So the ponies love to boast about they won the generation with 117 million consoles PlayStation 4 sold, right? Thank you. The PlayStation 5 have about what? Is it 77 million sold?
Right.
Whatever it is, it's too many to sell 1.5 million units. How's that?
Right.
How many question is how many units sold versus how many units online playing games?
Right.
Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly. Yep. Now, if it is you have 117 million plus 77 million, and you only sold 15 million God of War, something has to be wrong.
Right.
Or a million Astrobots, right?
That is crazy.
I'll even go further than that.
Yeah.
You got two generations, right? One 77 million, 117 million on another one. But you can't seem to get over 48 million on your subscription.
Come on, man.
Service.
Something is wrong.
Because here's the secret, Island J. Here's the secret. This is what I've been saying from day one. This channel is kryptonite to donkeys. They don't like our channels. They like to be lied to in a weird, funny kind of way because they attach their feelings, their emotional depths of deep desires for this damn console that's beyond comprehension, right? It's a weird, super weird fan base. You see how weird they're on Twitter X. They're just weird, right?
Yeah.
So to them, it's more fun, right? As a game that doesn't exist. Follow me. It's more fun as a game that doesn't literally exist to let's just make fun of Xbox all day and don't play video games. To them, that's more fun.
Yeah.
That's more fun. The PlayStation games are not more fun than that. So what happens is you have a zealot ass fan base who rather talk about the Xbox being last, right? Xbox being dead. And they've cultivated YouTubers like this, right?
Yeah.
Even their YouTubers they follow are fucking stupid as hell, right? They're dumb as hell as well. They don't know how to talk any other kind of way because if they start talking any kind of way, they'll get backlash. If they start talking any kind of common sense, they're going to get backlash. So we already knew that they're trapped. They're trapped to stay this dumb if they want to keep this certain kind of audience, right?
Yeah, they're trapped like a rat, man. They're trapped like a rat.
Right. So they're real careful, right? They're real careful how they tread on their channels, right? They deep down, they really want to tell these idiots what's really going on, but they're trapped because they themselves put YouTube over gaming. See what I'm saying? Now they're trapped, right? Now you have this delusional wave of just idiots. And they even got to the point where some of them went to these shows and even fooled developers. They've even fooled some companies, right? Into thinking that these dudes are legitimate when these dudes are about as stupid as these dudes are, right? So you even have the gaming journalists are about as fucking dumb as these dudes. You have a gaming industry of just stupidity, right? And then you have Jez Gordon just a couple of days ago come out and make a tweet saying he didn't even see this. He didn't even believe this shit. Then if you didn't see this and you didn't believe this shit and it's surprising to you, shut the fuck up.
Yep.
You've been doing a lot of talking to be this damn dumb. We do this.
He didn't see the video. He didn't see the strategy.
How can you be this? But here's my thing. We are just gamers, right? But I keep trying to tell people, Gamers are not dumb people. We're not stupid people. Gamers, real true gamers, they're students of the game. We love to learn stuff. We learn to watch and analyze and study what's going on. We can come out and make bold predictions. This is why we come out and make these bold predictions while they sit there with their asses, with their tails tucked in, and they wait to see when something happens. Then they make a post about it. That ain't us. We've been telling you this shit was gonna happen. For years we told y'all. But y'all called us the dumb ones. Y'all ridiculed us. You told other people, don't listen to us. What the fuck did they get out of listening to you?
The mere fact that Sony put games on the PC showed very clear that here what the ship was in trouble.
It was in trouble then, bro, because we knew what the narratives were, right? Because we listened to the donkeys. The donkey narrative was the only reason to buy PlayStation 4 is what? Exclusives.
Yeah.
But we knew that was a lie. We was like, no, bro, because we were there. I was there in 1996. I saw the type of games that were on PlayStation all the way through PlayStation 3. And nobody was buying fucking PlayStations for exclusives then. They're not buying it now. You look at it now, they're buying damn Call of Duties. They're buying that. It hurts them now.
Yeah.
Oh, it hurts them to their core to buy Call of Duty because they know who they're funding. But Call of Duty, Fortnite, Roblox, Apex Legend, Rainbow Six Siege, Minecraft. Those are not PlayStation Studio games. Not one of those games are. And we tried to tell these idiots that in order for Sony to get to the future, right, to this bright, beautiful future, you're going to have to get some successful live service games. Even Nintendo has two of them. They got Pokemon, which they're partnered with, and they got Animal Kingdom. So Nintendo even knows, and Smash Brothers and Mario Kart. Out of respect, they got a couple. So they're gonna go. They're gonna walk through that door. We already know what Microsoft has. They got Minecraft. Shit, they got Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got Candy Crush.
Count Halo, Sea of
They
Thieves,
got
Candy
Halo
Crush.
That's right. They got the multiplayers. And I'm glad you said that, Realist. I'm gonna let you get in here, Metroplex. But this is what was funny to me, everybody. How all throughout these years, Sony was able to manipulate their base, not by just stealing from them, which they're going to get that lawsuit ass kicking coming soon. But how do you go this far without multiplayer games? How do you do something that fucking stupid? Go ahead, Metro.
Okay, I was just going to say that when you have YouTubers, the gaming journalists, the Sony media shills who built the entire careers trashing Xbox because PlayStation has the exclusives. PlayStation has the Game of the Year's exclusives, only to find out that Sony decides to go to have a PlayStation to go third party and have all their first party games go to multiple platforms. Okay, where are they now? They're all quiet.
Well, yeah, but you know, back to the yellow journalists, right?
Yeah,
they proved to everybody that they thought Phil Spencer was a liar, right? Because look at all the leader heads. Look at all the leader heads in gaming. There was only one that told us what was going to happen, and that was Phil. Phil told us, he gave us the lowdown, right?
You're right.
He said, listen, a change is coming. And what did he say? Whether people like it or not. In the words of games trainers, when this shit happens, what are y'all gonna do about it? Right? What you gonna do about it if the industry makes a change? You ain't gonna do shit. You got two options. You either gonna buy a console or buy. Look, and I'm gonna make fun of these idiots that are on Twitter X right now talking about I'm getting me a PC to play these. Look. I'm getting me a PC to play these games. Newsflash, dummy. In order to play PlayStation games on your PC, you're still gonna support PlayStation, whether you own it on a console, not dummy. You buy that game, your proceeds are going to PlayStation. Same with Xbox. That's why Xbox put Game Pass PC for dummies just like you, that thought if you didn't buy an Xbox and you bought a PC and you subscribed to that Game Pass, that for some damn reason in the back of your little tiny cells, your cell blocks in your little bitty brain, that you wasn't going to support Xbox by doing that. You're dumb. Look, nobody cares about if you're going to buy a PC. That's a customizable thing. That's your personal computer. That's what PC means. Well, guess what, motherfucker? I'm going to stay right on my PC too, bitch. My personal console. And guess what? Next gen, I'm going to play them Steam games. I'm going to play those PlayStation games. And I'm going to play those Xbox games. Because you want to know why? Because unlike you little wavering little fucks out here, you little ducklings, you little weaklings out here, right? Who just use these narratives, theories, and myths to validate your purchase. We didn't. Like realists would say all the time to the Xbox community, do you know why you're an Xbox fan? I do, but do you know why? You can't just be having an Xbox, don't know why you a fan, and you out here all the time running your mouth. We don't do that over here. You need to know why you're an Xbox fan. We need to see your work in these Xbox fields. This ain't Donkey Land where you just come up and just be talking about sales and shit. We ain't them. You know what I'm saying? You got a guy on Twitter X that shows his old ass pics of his old ass collections of PlayStation, right? He does pictures of himself. He talks about people's gamer tags. He talks about this. But then when this shit hit the fan, he's on Twitter X talking about, I'm ready to sell my PlayStation 5. Y'all know who the hell I'm talking about. I ain't even going to get a cowardice, my waste of time. But the dummy, right, gets mad at a console that he's been holding up for years with pictures. So I guess it never meant nothing to him. Look, I know why I'm an Xbox fan, right? It didn't matter. I had an option. I was either going to conform into what Xbox was going to become, or I wasn't going to buy another Xbox. That's it, right? So if I'm going to keep an Xbox, I know why I'm keeping it. Xbox games going on other platforms never hurt me.
Yeah.
Okay, go on another platform. It never hurt me. I didn't care. It's not going to stop me from enjoying what I do, right? Because a game goes somewhere else, right? Because I understood that the Xbox games had already left the platform years ago. I understood that, yeah, I really lived in a console war era. This generation don't know what a real console era is. I've been laughing at this generation forever because they hijacked that term, right? They hijacked that term and they use that term in its wrong definition. So I've been laughing all this time. They don't know what a true console war is, but they're about to. This next generation is the real console war is coming back because you're gonna have to decide where you gonna put your money at now. I don't care if you go to PC. I don't care if you go to Steam. Go to Steam, right? I don't care. Go buy you a $3,000-something PC. And you guess what you're gonna wait on playing? The biggest damn game of this decade, which is Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm gonna be laughing at you. Because you're gonna go out there and spend $3,000 some odd damn dollars to play a game at 30 frames per second, just like everybody the hell else. And you're gonna sit there and wait to play it some years down the line before you get to play that game. Nobody cares about what you're gonna do on PC. Just like we didn't believe you PlayStation fans that said y'all were getting a PC. And I had the same idiots that were telling everybody, well, what's the purpose of buying an Xbox if all the Xbox games are gonna leave an Xbox? Real Xbox fans don't sound like that. So like I've always been saying, there's a language out here that real Xbox fans speak. We don't understand language like that. That goes back to that question that realist told y'all. Why are y'all an Xbox fan? Because questions like that don't come from Xbox fans. That comes from centaurs, half-breeds, and damn double agents, people that dibble and dabble with consoles. Now, PlayStation fans know why they're a PlayStation fan. Nintendo fans know why they're a Nintendo fan. But for some reason, an Xbox fan can't come out here and tell the whole world why he's an Xbox fan. Oh, Lord forbid that ever happens. Because they're just going to make fun of you. They're going to say, oh, you stupid for having a PlayStation. I mean, an Xbox. Xbox don't have no games. Y'all was telling us Xbox don't have no games, but Xbox are number one on your PlayStation platform. Make that make sense. Xbox has no games, right? Xbox has no games, but y'all loving these Xbox games. Y'all love them so much that it puts your damn Gotti to bed. It changes his diaper and put it to bed.
Yeah.
Literally.
More like
literally.
Astrobot.
Right. When you say Astropot, add another S. Astrobot. That game is, look, as a real gamer, and I know y'all can relate to this, all real gamers can relate to this. I just wanted to see some realism, right? I didn't care that Astrobot won Gotti because those trophies don't feed shit, as we've always said, right? But as a real gamer, it didn't even feel right last year to watch Black Myth Wukong get robbed the way it did. You know, and Black Myth Wukong was a multiplat game. It was all over the place, right? But the Chinese culture devs made a beautiful game within its culture that we've never seen anything like that before. And you would think that, you know, Joystick got it right, but you would think that the big, goofiest donkey of them all would have some integrity about his channel, right? Would have some integrity about his show. And for once, I thought Jeff Keighley was going to get it right. I just knew on that damn Game Awards show that it would get itself right. And a 1.5 million in 3 months game won Gotti. Over a 20 million plus game. And for once, I just felt like, man, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Because that was the second time that gaming in general didn't get represented on that damn platform. The first one was Forza Horizon 5. The very same game that just destroyed that game. You know, we can't. That man told me straight up on Twitter X that it couldn't win because it didn't have no narrative. It ain't no story to it. It didn't have this and that. But Overwatch won a damn Gotti award. Where's the story and shit in that? So there's only damn excuses for Xbox games. Don't tell me that Gears of War 4 wasn't the best game of that year. Don't tell me that Psychonauts 2 wasn't the best game of that year. You can't tell me that shit. Don't tell me Forza Horizon 5 wasn't the best game of that year.
But it didn't win.
Can't tell me Black Myth Wukong wasn't the best game of that year.
Correct.
Then they come up with this, well, this is just all opinionated shit. Well, look, man, there's got to be some kind of integrity in the gaming streets. It can't just be based off of opinion matter, right? Because if it was just that weak, that everything was just based off opinion matter, then why is there so many deep feelings in this shit? Why is there such hatred for Xbox to win anything, right? Yeah. You're not fooling nobody. This is why we doing this show today. This is why I'm sitting in the honor of these gentlemen here. Yeah. Because I want them to kick y'all asses today. I want them to celebrate their victory lap on this show today. I couldn't have had a better panel.
You know what was goofy to me with this whole Astrobot thing? These ponies were praising Astrobots like if they never saw a game like that before. And they basically copied everything from Nintendo. So these guys were talking about Mario is no good. We are fed up with Mario. But in the same breath and with the same mouth that you use to eat bread in the morning would say that here what? Astrobot is a godsend. Make it make sense. This is basically Mario wrapped in PlayStation franchises. You can see elements of nearly every Nintendo game. Star Fox, Donkey Kong, Mario. No, let's not just say Mario Sunshine. They stole everything and they rewrapped it and repackaged it. And these guys thought that guess what? Sony invented these mechanics.
And they even called it the Mario Killer.
Come on, man.
They even called the game Mario Killer.
Make it make sense.
Make
it make sense.
They
deserve everything they get.
Just like they've never seen a female genitalia before.
Facts.
How it is.
Facts. Facts.
Xbox hurt them when they released Game Pass.
Yep.
To make up for the losses that they handed to us with the Xbox One's TV. Now there's games. Ever since that day, he was on stage right after, if I do come correct, they introduced the Xbox One X. That was the end of the Sony's reign with whatever propaganda they want to go out there and do and talk about and have their little in whatever, if they're influencers or wannabes, talk about PlayStation. Hey, right now I'm seeing them talk about Xbox games coming. Perfect. Advertise the shit out of it. We're making money off that shit. It's not hurting us. It's making you look really great. And on top of that, it's making us really great money. And every single game that drops on Xbox comes to Xbox first. They decide it goes to PlayStation.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt us one bit when those day one games are dropping in Game Pass.
If these Sony fanboys are for real about gaming, enable that crossplay and play us on via any game crossplay on Xbox versus PlayStation. Yet they just sit there and yap on. Oh man, they're a bunch of little bench boys that sit there and bring water to you when you go out and play your Limelight. These little fuckers. Man, you guys stop listening to them. Like Legal said.
But you know what's funny?
Enjoy the show. We won. That's it.
Pornhub champions.
You know what's
through? ABK came through. That's where Phil unzipped his pants. You went through.
You know what's bro. You know what's very interesting.
Now, just whip their dick out, and then they're like, "Hey, we're hiring for all consoles," and stuck in regular gamers' ass. Shit. So they got a dick down their throat from Microsoft, and they got a dick up their ass from Sony. They can't say shit no more.
Good Lord.
Get your ass back on the couch, Spark. Get your ass back on the couch, man.
You know what? You know what's very interesting? When Phil Spencer had that interview on Kind of Funny Games,
right?
He got a lot of flack, but he would have said the truth. Starfield could have come out and got an 11 out of 10, and no one was going to sell their PlayStation to buy an Xbox. That was a fact.
That was a fact.
Right? That was a fact.
Yeah.
And you know how I know it's a fact now?
Be quiet, realist. I got you.
You know how I know it's a fact now? Because how they bought Forza Horizon. To believe it had 3 million gamers waiting to play Forza Horizon, but didn't want to buy an Xbox to play it.
They were waiting.
They didn't want to buy an Xbox to play for. This game was a game that could have changed a pony life. But he didn't want to wait. He didn't want to go and buy an Xbox to do it. So there is such deep loyalists in the gaming industry that here what Phil say, you know what? I know you want to play these games, but don't worry. These games are coming to you. And guess what? You will pay us premium for it.
Lord have mercy, bro. Game Shrills will call me and say legal. They paid $100 for this shit.
What,
and
you
it
could
blew his mind away. Like you said, premium. Look, when Starfield came out, the PC community was willing to pay $100.
Wow, come on, man. Come on.
$100 for this shit. Bro, let me tell you something. Like Gang said, Microsoft, you going to hell. You going to hell for this shit, right? But this is, if you talk about pimping, this is pimping. This is 8-ball MJG. This is space age pimping, baby. You know what I'm saying? And to go to the words of realists, like you see how realists just quietly soaking it up. I know you gotta love this, but I had wars with this guy. Gaming. Jay, let me tell you something, bro. It'll be about 9:30 in the morning to about 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm on the phone with realists about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And we're just going at it. I don't believe any damn thing he's saying because I was a console warrior. This dude's telling me legal is changing, man. And you got to believe me when I say this. Microsoft is genius. This is what's going to happen. I'm like, but realists, man, they're going to lose Xbox games is the dumbest thing they could do. And he's like, no, bro, it's not. He says, you gonna leave your Xbox? I said, no. He said, exactly. Yeah. You said you don't think, you say it all the time, that there's two things that Microsoft is. It's a software company, it's a data company. They look at you, they seen your damn account, they know you're not going anywhere. So you're not their issue. They're not worried about you. They gotta get a broader engagement. And we're not it. So guess what? He said this 3 years ago. He said, before Phil did that interview. Right? This is what blew me away. He said, Legal, I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna do. I said, man, look, okay. Make me believe. You gotta make me believe, bro. And if you make me believe, I'm riding with you. We're gonna change this shit up, and I'm gonna push this narrative, and I'm gonna ride with you.
No, you didn't say make me believe. This is what you said. You said, all right, realist. You my man. This direct gaming, I'm gonna ride with you till the wheels fall off.
So the wheels fall off.
He said I'm rocking with you, bro.
If we go,
he said I'm rocking with you.
Yep.
So that was 3 years ago.
And Alan J, true shit. Look, this is what he said. These are his exact damn words. I can't make this shit up. He said, Legal, they're gonna meet them where they're at. I said, what the hell are you talking about? He said they're gonna take their games to PlayStation, and what you gonna do about it? So y'all don't know about real, he'll hit you in your heart. And what you gonna do about it? Yeah. I said, I guess I'm gonna stay. You're gonna stay on your Xbox. And he says, and guess what? Those PlayStation fans are a bunch of liars. When those Xbox games go over there, they're so fucking stupid, right? That they're gonna say, oh, look, we got your games. And they're gonna buy them damn games. They're gonna buy those damn games. And look, this was before ABK deal. We didn't even know ABK deal was coming. But when ABK deal came, I looked over there and realized, I said, I know this ain't about to happen. I said, I know what you just told me is not. Because when they win this, right, it's over. When we found out that Call of Duty was the reason they even had first-party games, and Microsoft, like Sparkle 17 said, it was over with AB. It's been over, right? We're just dragging this shit. But when ABK deal went to Microsoft, that was the end game. And I've been telling donkeys from that day forth, right? Because you have to been researching this. When Sony, when the rumor, Island J, the rumor, the court arrival hadn't even happened yet. They haven't even walked through the doors of the courtroom yet, right? This was a rumor. Sony lost $10 billion off the rumor. Their stock fell. Because you want to know what that means? I was telling donkeys, we did a show, I said, donkeys, when stocks fall, that means the people who are putting millions in your business don't believe in you.
No, correct.
That means some money has been taken out. Because they're looking at, oh shit, if there's a possibility that Sony's going to court with Microsoft, they knew they weren't going to win. So let me take me some money out of that. Right? So the rumor, they lost 10 billion. Then they go into court. They lose 30 billion when they lost. So that's 40 billion, right? Check this out. Then they lose another 10 billion towards the end of the year. 50 billion. You swing it back around. You see PlayStation go quiet. They really can't get it together. You don't see no games, right? You don't see no games. You still don't see no games. And then they try to come back out with their chest, right? They come out with their chest. And they lose 400 million plus off of content.
No, it's 400.
400 million they lose off of that.
Come on, man. Don't do these ponies that
right. It's bad.
Million?
Right. And these donkeys think their games are coming. There's games coming. And I said, there's no games coming for you. Sony, right? This is what Sony's doing. They are scrambling and trying to make a budget. They're doing a budget on it, Jay. They're over here saying, "Well, what can we do to bring profit in? What can we?" And here's what happened. The worst thing that could possibly happen to the PlayStation fan base is truth came. And the truth came not in the form of Phil Spencer. The truth came not in the form of Bowser from Nintendo, but the truth came right from their own financial spot. Hiroki Totoki came in and said, hello, everybody.
Totoki, you know, man, that Totoki.
That son of a bitch, I love him. He came in and said, "Hello, everybody. My name is Hiroki Totoki. I'm from the financial group of Sony, and I'm all about money. And if it don't make money, it don't make
That
sense."
makes sense. Come on, man.
Man, he walked in that damn office. He says, "Well, shit."
Money.
Man, he walked in that damn office. He said, "You know, after I evaluated everybody and everything, he says, you know, it's kind of funny, no pun intended, that, you know, these developers and everybody around here, you know, they got great passion for Sony. They basically, they're fanboys, right? They got a passion. I see that they're like, they can't think outside the box, right? They're passion. They're so emotional, and I like that. But what did he say? But I just don't think they understand how this business is ran.
No.
He said that. Then he said, okay, he looked, he gave offers, and he noticed that they don't know how to make multiplayer games. He noticed they don't know how to really do live, because it goes back to what Alan J said. They were stuck on making these third-party games, these cinematic trailer-ass, CGI, bullshit-ass, walk-around, hold your hands, soap opera games, right?
Yeah.
Deep emotional, rooted, grounded games that they didn't understand that what did we call these games? Xbox community, because we speak the same language. We call these games one and dones.
One and done.
One and dones. Because we understood that Halo's been around for almost 20 years. Why? Because it has legs. Why? Because there's people still play the damn game. We understood that. Look what just happened. News came out, right? I love when Microsoft throws some little jabs out there. We just got news. Halo 4 is a platinum, and Halo 5 is a platinum. You got two back-to-back platinums. Kiss our asses.
Yeah.
And those are our exclusives. Kiss our asses. Yeah. You got Gears of War. You're right. You got Gears of War, 19-year-old game with people playing it, coming out on a beta and playing the dog shit out of it. You got people still playing Gears of War 2 Horde mode. You still got people playing Gears of War 3 multiplayer. You still got people playing. These games are still being played, right? So we understood when we said one and dones, we meant that. We knew that when the donkeys either finished playing it or just stopped playing it, that was the end of that. There's nothing else coming into that game. So you can't keep making money off of a game like Spark 117 said that you don't put in and actually play. See, I don't even think donkeys understand something. Look.
It's not growing the business. They don't understand that.
You have to put the game in. Everything, what I'm trying to say is this, Island J, right? Everything goes hand in hand. If my Xbox down there doesn't get turned on, guess what else don't generate money? Game Pass.
Yeah.
So in order for Game Pass to make money, I have to turn it on, sign in, and go to Game Pass. That's all I have to do. Well, legal, what does he mean? Because, okay, dumbass, the same way a website makes money. It may be a clothing line, right? But you don't have to buy nothing from it for it to make money. All you have to do is open it up, dummy. For every time you go to that page and open it up, they get money for that.
Yeah.
Microsoft, Xbox Game Pass is saying just open me up. And they don't understand how these devs are making money. These dummies think we actually got to buy their games. We don't have to buy their games. All we got to do is go searching, looking around in Game Pass. For every game you open up, guess what? You dummy, you paying that dev, and you don't even have to buy the game. Microsoft is a $4 trillion Leviathan. It's a great octopus. Its partnerships are beyond comprehension. Do you think that a company like Microsoft, right, in a big tech era that I was telling them about, this era has changed from electronic era where Sony reigned for 25 to 30 years. Sony had a good run. But what I was trying to tell these donkeys is this. Companies don't usually last past 30 years. After 30 years, another company emerges and takes over.
Yeah.
They don't understand this, gaming, Island J, and this is why they're suffering, because we are no longer in electronical era. We are in a big tech era. And if you're not considered a big tech company, who gives a shit what you say? Who cares what you're doing? You're not pushing the envelope. Microsoft put $80 billion in AI. Go look at what Sony put into AI. Go look. I dare you to try to find how much they put into AI.
That is why, not to cut you legal.
No, go ahead.
When it is the Insomniac leak, there was a leak, right?
Right.
When it is we saw that leak, why did you guys think Sony themselves said that Microsoft's strategy for the future was better than their archaic strategy? They said that. I didn't write that and put that there.
Our pillars are dated and behind the competition.
Yes, they said they were poised to leap over, and I am very happy you mentioned Totoki, because when it is you come from a financial background, you don't care about the console wars.
Nope.
You don't care about that. All you care about is dollars. If it's to make dollars, then we are not talking nothing. And what Totoki is saying is, guess what? For the past few years, we have been selling to the same amount of pony and horses, right? It's saying, guess what? We need to expand our horizon to beavers and moose and deer, right? These horses ain't buying enough to keep our hands green, right? So guess what? What we are going to do is that we need to expand these games. That is why when you guys saw Lego Horizon go on the Nintendo Switch, you guys had to see something. Something had to trigger in these horses' mind that this is not the normal Sony.
And Nintendo didn't even want the dog shit game. Nintendo fans was like, "What is this?"
Nobody wanted that game, bro.
Want it. Now that's bad when Nintendo fans don't even want your shit.
Good Lord.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. Like, what do you think Sony all of a sudden just put that ad on a Friday night, saying that we are looking to expand our horizon that quickly? What do you think why that is?
You know why?
Forza.
Oh, I got it. Forza a little bit. Forza had something to do with it, but it's the lawsuit coming. It's the $7.9 billion they fixing to lose, y'all.
Yeah, they got that penis right in their.
They got to make a change now. Man, I ain't paying no attention to part. Do
you think it has something to do with the fact that
robbing, bro? That booty hole of Totoki right now is tight.
Look, that man told them, and then Shuya Yoshida came out and gave him a death blow. See, he couldn't talk, but until he retired, he was able to have his voice heard. Right? He said, "Man, listen, they put me in the vault because I wasn't a yes sir guy. You know, I challenged them and they threw me in the vault." He said, I stayed quiet until I could retire, right?
Them had him in the basement. He was in the basement.
They put that man in the basement. Yup, they put that man down in the dungeon. But what did he say? That was
crazy.
That was crazy.
What did he say? Yeah.
He told them, "Hey man, that's all I gotta say to the PlayStation fans. If you want AAA big title budget games, you better buy these damn remasters, man." I about fell out, man. Look at Alan J. used to.
But legal, we've been saying that. We've been saying that. Hey, we've been saying that on the show. We've been saying on the show before he came out and said it, bro. If the game sold enough, they wouldn't need to keep re-releasing.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like they. Why was this a puzzle that they release the same game twice in a generation, and as soon as the next generation starts, bro?
Crazy work.
But see, it's not even selling, so that's how you know it's desperation.
That's correct.
But it's limited resources that it takes to do these remasters.
That's
They're not doing remakes. They're just doing remasters.
Right.
Put them up. It's also a way for them to keep the price up.
Right.
So I'll give them props for doing that because they could just be like Nintendo. So at least they're adding something to the game. You know what I mean? To keep the price up and not have to lower the price to like $9.99 like they've been doing. What are you about to say?
And realize how many times do they have to send out The Last of Us before PlayStation fans get tired of it? I guess it was 10 times.
They're gonna send out The Last of Us until Naughty Dog can come up with something. because we're looking at them having a console generation where Naughty Dog doesn't put out one game the whole generation.
Well, realize we're from the South, and what's that saying? Till hell freezes over.
I mean,
so hell freezes over and pigs fly.
Right. So have to understand that they cannot class Xbox and Nintendo. I mean, Xbox and PlayStation with Nintendo. Nintendo is, as some persons describe them, as a unicorn. Their fans buy their games in droves. Look how much Animal Crossing. Look how much Animal Crossing sold. Look how much Mario Kart sold. All of their games are tracking well with the amount of consoles they have sold. But when it is you look at the disparity with PlayStation, it's too much of a gap with how many consoles they sell compared with how many persons buy their consoles. Microsoft found a way to go around that. They have Game Pass. Now they are using the amount of players that attach themselves to the game so that they could get a good metric on how many persons they would have gotten to play the game, how many persons they would have gotten exposed to the game, right?
Exactly.
But these guys are not seeing it. They only think the only how a console could win is that they have to sell more than the other consoles. That's the only how you are a winner. And they realize that the
that's
game,
when it's successful, right?
They don't realize that the game changed. This gaming industry has changed. And right now, Sony is in last place. Sony is catching up to what Microsoft is doing right now.
And we know this through the FTC trial when they gave that spreadsheet out and showed everybody who's really in what place. And PlayStation was in last place. So see, even they're willing to lie to themselves, call Xbox third place, but in reality, Xbox ain't third place, it's second place. And it's second place in revenue and in profit. There is no last place for Xbox, but that's why they go to the console sales. But see, they even talk about the console sale, but the metric of the console sale is the least selling profit situation. So not only does Donkeys talk about something that's the last conversation of these companies. See how stupid they are? They even talk about the lowest common denominator factor for metric of success. That's the console sale.
Buddy.
Hey, listen, y'all. Listen.
For real though, like I was saying, one down the throat and one right.
I'm gonna mute this dude, man. I'm gonna mute this dude, man. Don't play with your crabs in the damn fish tank, man.
Good Lord.
I'm acclimating Little Chief, though.
It's crazy, man. Yeah, go acclimate Little Chief. Man, look.
The thing is, legal, like, Sony fanboys, they can't say nothing. Now they're gonna sit there and say Shinobi was I'm like, shut up. It's a job posting on that website. You Shinobi one Kenobi, he's feeling it, and okay, just mute me.
No, look, I mean,
right now they don't know what to say. Legal, they don't know what to say. I mean,
there's nothing else to say.
I mean, there's even some ponies who are going rogue in the sense that they're saying everything.
They're going rogue. Yeah,
they're going rogue because I don't know what Sony needs to do to spell it out to these guys. It's in plain English, Jay. It's in plain. You know, there's a guy who would have used ChatGPT. Some guy on Twitter. He would have printed a whole thesis as to why this is nothing bad. You know, this
saw
is
that, bro. This dude had a meltdown.
Listen to me, man. Come on, man.
He thinks people care what he said too. He literally thinks grown ass men care about what he just said.
Boy, it was like 2 pages or 3 pages.
Yeah,
long.
bro. It was a dossier. It was a dossier.
I looked at it and said, this guy is sick. This is a sickness. I said, what is this?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'm not lying, real as that shit. I couldn't even look at it, man. I just went on about my business, man. I was like, this right here, man, is just, and this is just video games, y'all.
Yeah.
But I saw this dumbass shit. I've been saying this on Di-RRec Gaming for years. I saw this 25 years ago. I told us, this is when I questioned them. When I saw them rejoicing over the Dreamcast dying, I said, what the hell's wrong with this fan base? They're rejoicing over a damn console dying? That's not good, bro. I was like, they felt like they did that. They felt like they was like, and you know what I started to say? I said, this fan base worries me, man. I said, because I'm looking at them. I knew some of these dudes. I was like, these are dudes that don't get no pussy. These dudes don't have no girlfriends. I bet they never won a sport, never became first place in no sport. I was like, damn, so this right here is big to them. They think that they actually contributed to something phenomenal by being something that outsells everything. But here we go again, right? Just when you think that donkeys have any sense, let's talk about it. The PlayStation 2 was the best-selling DVD player on God's green earth.
Come on, you're speaking facts there, man.
Even when they thought that they had something about gaming, they didn't even have anything about gaming.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They don't even understand that no matter what they do, they always going to end on the dumb side of the stick. This is why they can never win. All I can do is laugh. People ask me on Twitter, "It's legal. Why are you laughing all the time?" I was like, give me a reason to be serious. We're up against donkeys. What am I serious about? There's nothing to be. Bro, do you know your history? These dudes have an L waiting for them. And I said, all they're doing is coming up with narratives and shit to drag the L. But the L is inevitable. It's coming. There's nothing they can do about it. And I told them this shit was going to happen in the 5th year. Di-RRec Gaming made this bold prediction, man. And look at this shit. The 5th year has come. All wheels are off and the engine is blown. Look at that. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
These are my children, Island Gaming. This is my kids, bro.
Yeah.
They all my children's. They ain't shit to me, dog. They ain't nothing to me. All they're good. Look. From the Tim Dogs all the way down. Look at all those failures, bro. Look at all those failures, bro. This motherfucker out here, 75 years old, this dumb.
Listen, everywhere Tim Dog goes,
75 years old,
failure follows.
Failure follows.
Him and Crap Gamer. Leave him over there.
Right. The gaming community built platforms off of losers.
Yeah, they went from Xbox saying, "Oh, you know what? We are leaving Xbox. They no longer have exclusives, so we're going to PlayStation."
These dudes are the least effective gamers. These dudes,
I know.
Right, the least effective gamers on Xbox, but the biggest mouse on Xbox.
Come on, man.
Check this out.
Tim Dog left PlayStation.
Right.
I mean, left Xbox for PlayStation.
Right.
He lost almost 100 pounds. He's starving across there, right?
Right.
This guy is on his. Listen to me. This guy is starving. He ain't eating, and he lost all that weight. Right. Good on him. That is what he needed to do. He needed to leave Xbox 10 years ago and go to PlayStation. You understand? It would have added 50 years to his life. No, it is. He's on PlayStation, and guess what? The same thing he ran from Xbox 4 is happening to PlayStation.
Right.
Now, how does he look? Stupid.
Dumb as hell.
He's quiet right now.
Dumb as hell, bro.
And Crowd Gamer is quiet. I would love to see how these guys.
Red Dragon ain't too far behind. I put Red Dragon in a red wagon. Man. You put Red Dragon in a red wagon and push him down the hill.
Come on, man.
These dudes are funny as hell. You even see these dudes in real time, man. That sign up picture of that dude, I was like, you got to be fucking. He ain't
a dragon, man. He's a chihuahua. What dragon?
Yeah, you got to be kidding me. Like at some point, I gotta blame the Xbox community, man. At some damn point, I'm glad at some point there's some good giants out here now that got some big feet out here that can put their foot up some people's asses. But there for a while, man, y'all Xbox community, man, y'all some suspects out here. I don't know how the hell y'all held these dudes up. I gotta question some of y'all. I'm like, y'all went a little bit too long with these dudes. I don't know what the hell y'all were drinking, smoking on. But damn, man, like, I don't even see how you could even talk about somebody else while you holding these dudes up. These dudes did the least amount of work out here in these streets.
Yeah.
Y'all made it too easy.
Yeah.
Made it too easy. I mean, line these dudes up. These dudes ain't competitive. Xbox is a competitive platform. When has it not been? But we only had 5 games at one time. Island Gaming. 5 games, 5 studios. Yeah. We only had Halo, Forza, Gears, Fable, and Perfect Dark in it.
And what did Phil do? Phil went from renting games to actually owning games. And
these dudes were garbage at all 5 of them. These dudes were garbage at all 5 of them. I mean, they couldn't even get one of them games and be good at it.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy to see that persons was not understanding the strategy that I am shocked that Jez even made that statement that he is now saying that Microsoft had the winning strategy all along, right? Because anyone with eyes could have seen what was going on. Anyone who had any kind of ounce of logic in their mind would have seen that these games leaving games being exclusives is only good for one thing. It's only good for console world. That's number one. Number two, with these games going to other platforms, it's not bad for me. I am still able to play these games. But here, what is the kicker? The kicker is that all of these games that we are getting from a Microsoft Studio is on Game Pass. PlayStation guys cannot say that. They are not getting the hottest games right now. Look at what Expedition 33 did on Xbox. Look at what all these bangers we have. Wu Chen right now. Look at all these games. Atomic Heart.
Atomic Heart built a studio because their game was from Game Pass.
Look at all these games coming to Game Pass. No one in right mind could say that Game Pass is a failure. I at one point in time was saying, but how Microsoft could do this? How Microsoft could release all these games and just give it away? I mean, is this wrong? Not knowing that here what they had a plan. The plan was in order to subsidize Game Pass and make even more money, is to let these donkeys pay for it. These donkeys are making sure that my hobby, which is playing games on Game Pass, is supported well. Now because Forza is selling well and this model is working well, now we know for a fact Game Pass is not going anywhere.
And you want
Come on,
and you want to know what else is funny? It's as simple, right? It's as simple as the fake Jews over there in Jerusalem, right? That say Jesus wasn't God and they're waiting for a new king, right? And the only thing they have to do to prove the Bible wrong is build another temple and get a king That's it. Prove God wrong, build Jerusalem back and put a king on the throne. And the whole Bible's a lie. Right? But 2,000 years later plus, and there's still no Jerusalem rebuilt and there's still no king, right? And that's all they got to do. Now watch this.
Yeah.
If you want to destroy Xbox, donkeys, don't buy our games because what you said is the reason why, right? Because what they said is, right? The reason why Xbox is porting their games to PlayStation because Xbox fans don't buy the games. This is their last hurrah. This is their last. So this is their last chance to get it right. And these dummies go out and buy the Xbox games and keep us alive. So if you want to kill us, I dare you to stop buying those Xbox games. I dare you.
Come on.
I don't know why you're not going to do it. You're going to buy those Xbox games. For one, you have no games to play. Two, you know damn well if you don't buy those Xbox games, you don't get them again. And guess what? Those Xbox games are not going to go anywhere. And Xbox is not going to go anywhere. Because why? Big Bang takes little bank, you bitches. There's nobody in the right mind would ever think a smaller bank can outdo a big bank. Look, what did Matt Booty say? And I know Realists love this because he always says this all the time. But what did Matt Booty say, Chat Pat, in the panel? When we saw those documents, Matt Booty said, let's just stop playing with Sony and let's outspin their ass.
And let me translate this to all of you who speak different languages. Our dicks up all their asses.
Oh, shut up.
I'm sorry.
He told him, if let's just outspin Sony. Let's just outspin them. Notice that. Look, the donkeys better be glad, right, that Microsoft never listened to him. You better be glad there's somebody like Phil Spencer that cares about you. Because that's pretty much it. Phil cares about you. Peter Moore didn't. But Phil did. The reason you around, because it ain't Matt Booty. If Matt Booty was Phil Spencer, there would be no more PlayStation. You want to see a console war, Matt Booty would have unleashed that bank, and that would have been it. You talk about exclusive content, you just wouldn't have been able to breathe anymore because Microsoft would have outspent them, like he said. Let's stop playing around and let's just outspend these bitches. But Phil cares about y'all. This is why you around, because Phil is a chess player. And when you play chess, you gotta think 10 steps ahead of your move. Phil came in 2014 and Phil done made 5 visions that have come to light. Here they are. He put crossplay. He put gaming on PC. He built a community right on Xbox with clubs and groups. He built a new brand in Xbox. He built that new brand in Xbox. He did that. And guess what else he did? He gave us a service worth paying for. Yeah. He brought what to Xbox? Here was his last thing. The biggest thing that Phil ever did, the one thing that Xbox was lacking was value again. And he brought value back to Xbox. And that's why the independent gamer, not the zealot, right? Realist and Gaming Island J and Resident Gamer Zero and Metroplex and Spark 117 and Chat Pack, we know, like we said earlier, that the zealot ain't going nowhere. The zealot Nintendo fan is going to stay right there on Nintendo. The zealot Xbox fan is going to stay on Xbox. And the zealot PlayStation fan is going to stay on PlayStation. But guess what the fact on that is? We are not enough. Your fanship is not enough for their pocketbook. So they're not caring about you. They're looking for that independent gamer, like Realist was saying, that doesn't know why the fuck he's buying it. He can't tell you why he bought a Switch. He can't tell you why he bought a PlayStation, and he can't tell you why he bought an Xbox. He just bought them. I don't know. There were some video games, and the guy from GameStop taught me into buying this one. I don't know. I ain't never played these games before. I'm just gonna have some fun this holiday season. Microsoft wants that motherfucker. You know why? Because if I can get him over on the Xbox and explain some things and bring some value to it and make him see in that pocketbook that I'm not hurting him, he's going to stay right here. Because let me tell you something. There's not a company here that doesn't want to zealot. Don't let nobody fool you. Phil Spencer don't fool you. Phil Spencer wants you to buy that Xbox. That's why in that document it said this. We want to be number one in gaming services. And what, people? We want to be number one in consoles. What? Wait, what? Wait a minute. But you're last. So why would you want to be number one in console? Well, legal, because this is a damn business. Why would I keep Xbox around if I don't want it to be number one? It makes sense to me, Phil. That makes sense to me. Why would a company want to be dead last in anything? Running a business. That don't make no sense. So when we were over here talking about the good old days, right, on Di-RRec Gaming, and we were talking about how, man, it better not ever get back to them capabilities again. Remember where we had these consoles and all these games, but people picked these consoles because there were certain things consoles could do, certain things consoles couldn't do. Let's go back in time when Sega told the world that Sega does what Nintendo can't do.
Nintendo.
That's it. And they don't do. That's right. That's where it's coming back to. This next Xbox is going to be doing some shit that PlayStation 6 can't do. And that value's going to stay there. That value's going to be there. And they the Anthem. They got the damn storefronts on there. They bringing Xbox saying, you know, we went over to PC, helped out PC, but guess what? That comes with a fee. What's that? You bringing your ass over here on this Xbox now. See, PC don't have quick resume. It don't have those beautiful features that we have on Xbox. You think I'm going to leave Xbox to go to PC? I'm downgrading. Ain't no game in their right mind that I'm leaving my Xbox. I'm going to wait for Microsoft to make Xbox what I've always known it to be. It was always a PC disguised as a console. Every real Xbox fan knew that. And every real Xbox fan has been holding on to that right there. We ain't never forgot the method of what Xbox is. We know that it was a PC disguised as a console. So now that this new Xbox is coming out and they're talking about, it's going to be a PC hybrid. Well, no shit, Sherlock. This is big tech era now. And you looking at Sony to compete with Microsoft now? You're not delusional. You're fucking stupid. That's what you are. you're fucking stupid. If you think now that Sony can compete with Microsoft in a high-tech era, you out your rabbit ass mind. It ain't even gonna be close. And that's why Microsoft boldly came out here and told everybody that we're going to leap this generation, this name. We're going to have a technological leap. Now notice, Microsoft is the only gaming company that was bold enough to say something like that. You don't hear Sony saying anything like that because they're not capable of doing it. That's why they can't do it. You definitely ain't gonna hear Nintendo say no shit like that. That's why you got a 480p camera. You got a 480p camera with Nintendo. You got a whack-ass online service with Nintendo. You got those little bitty animated games with Nintendo. That's what you're gonna get. See, Nintendo can outsell everybody in the physical world, right? Yeah, sure. But guess what Nintendo can't do for the industry? It can't push it forward. All those damn Switches and the industry's still suffering. You know why? Because there's no tech value into it. That's why. Dumbass donkey. So when you talking to us about Switches and shit, I just kept laughing. I was like, because if you think the Switch is moving anything forward, joke's on you. Now look, I said, okay, I'm gonna come out and say this. Well, everybody was over here with the Switch 2 up their ass. I said that Switch 2 ain't gonna do shit no more. That Switch ain't gonna do shit no more. Because you know how I knew? Because when that OLED Switch came out, and I remember when they revealed it, and the Nintendo fans were feeling themselves, and they came out talking that shit, talking about, oh yeah, we're gonna have 4K now. And Nintendo hurt their hearts by saying, nah, it's pretty much the same damn thing, except for you got an OLED screen. And when I saw them damn Nintendo fans and go out there and buy that shit, I said, oh man, that next Switch gonna be in trouble. Because if that price goes up, right? Because I told everybody, we keep making excuses for Nintendo. But what happens when that price doesn't bring value to it anymore? And right now, that price is overvalued for that piece of shit ass console. And I have a Switch. Don't get me wrong. I have one. But even if I didn't have one, that Switch 2 is a piece of shit console. I don't give a damn what y'all say, what I say. I just tell the truth. Nobody in a right rabbit ass mind is going to make me see something different. It's the same damn thing with a little bit of resolution power. And that's it. And that's why I said it's in trouble. Because when it was $299, $399, that was the limit. It made sense because it's not bringing any value. But when it came to that $500 mark, Island Gaming J, that's grown man wallet shit. Nintendo just jumped his ass in that grown man ring. It came out of that WWF fake ass fighting and got into that boxing ring where it can get knocked out. And now you telling me for over 500 some plus dollars that Switch 2 is worth that shit? That's why I stopped selling. That's why that's why you don't hear nothing else about it, them sales anymore. Because that was the zealots. What you saw, oh, it's the fastest selling console ever. That was the Nintendo zealots. That was that legion right there. And you want to know what? That legion has already happened. Guess what? Guess what Nintendo's got to face now? Those legions of independent gamers that don't know why they're going to buy a Switch 2. But guess what's interrupting that, my panel and chat pat? There's something called the 25th anniversary of Xbox next year. That's really interrupting that shit. There's called Xbox has all these damn games in Game Pass that's interrupting that shit. And here's the last one that's really getting them. Man, I keep hearing about that new Xbox gonna be a damn PC and a console, man. They talking about having Steam and all these storefronts on it. Interrupting it. The thing that Nintendo and PlayStation don't like to do is compete. This is why Nintendo don't even launch when the other ones launch. It launches in the middle of shit. When shit's in the middle and it's dying, oh, we got a new console. They don't want to compete. But now you telling parents to go out here and buy a $500-something dog shit ass console. You telling parents to do that. And look, when when $500 will make you ask questions. See, $2.99 ain't gonna make you ask questions. How much is that? Oh, $2.99. Give me that. Give me that. Okay, I'll get that for little Becky. But at $500, that parent's gonna say, okay, well, what's the difference between that and that? Oh, well, they show it. Let me see. Let me go on there. And they look. The games don't look that much the same. That's the problem with the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5. See? The games don't look. Shit. I just you know what? Let's just buy a bunch of games for the Switch. Let's get some new. Oh, wait a minute. There's some new. You mean the new Nintendo Switch games can work on the old one? We'll just get Becky those. I'm gonna buy that damn $500 piece of shit, and the games look almost the damn same. They're not gonna do it. That's the reason why the PlayStation 4 base ain't left. Why? When Sony don't even believe in their fan base. Jim Ryan had to come out here and lie, and then within 30 days switch it back. Oh, we believe in generations. No, you don't. Because when they saw them numbers for that PlayStation 5 wasn't coming out, he had to hurry and switch. You know what? We don't want to abandon nobody. Nah, bitch, you saw that they wasn't buying that PlayStation 5. So now let's make everything crossplay. Now, and not just crossplay, cross-gen. We got to cross-gen this shit. And those games still wasn't selling. They still wasn't selling. You cross-gen all those damn games, and then you thought that Ratchet and Clank was going to be something special. Oh, you know what? Ratchet and Clank's beloved and 1.1 million. Get the fuck out. Man, you know what, bro? Look, man, look. The days of the goofiness and the corniness of the PlayStation fan base is too funny. If you're laughing at them, good for you, because they need to be laughed at. Every damn thing that has transpired in a negative standpoint, they deserve it, because they're the ones that never held up the gaming community for what it should be. They held up this fake ass console war. They the ones held up these lies. They the ones held up these myths. They the ones that kept the negativity and the toxicity around. Nobody else did that shit. Nobody else cares. Nobody else cares. Where's Jim? Where's what's his name? Oh, Shaggy. Ron McCaffrey, old goofy looking ass. Where's he at? Where's he at for them? You remember you had Ron McCaffrey out here telling these dumbass motherfuckers, well, you know, you ain't got no games, but you getting Final Fantasy 7, treat it like a damn exclusive. You gotta be lied to. From the yellow journalist, you gotta be lied to. Ron McCaffrey know better. He can't come over in these Xbox streets and say some dumbass shit to us. He know better than that. But he can go over there and say dumb shit like that to them. And it ain't run out here talking, yeah, you know, that's our game. No, it ain't. That's Square Enix's game. Now look at it. It's over on Xbox. That's what you get for listening to damn dumbass Ron McCaffrey. That's that same dumbass that talked up a good game about the reason why you buy PlayStation for exclusives and then cried about Tomb Raider being exclusive on Xbox. Same clown. Same clown. You go back and look at Dummy Up. He was on all kind of podcasts crying about Tomb Raider being exclusive on Xbox. That just hurt his heart. I'm like, damn, Xbox can't have an exclusive? Damn. It's as if when Xbox has an exclusive, it's a curse to gaming. But if PlayStation has an exclusive, it's the best thing going since the Lord's Supper. And they didn't even finish their meal. They were pushing Jesus out to be crucified. They didn't even want to finish the meal with our Lord and Savior. They didn't even want to eat that last bit of cornbread. That's just me being funny. They didn't even want to eat it. They wanted to hurry up and get him on the cross. But don't let Xbox get an exclusive. Everybody wants it to go everywhere. Look at Starfield. They so mad that Starfield's still on Xbox. They don't know what to do. They're more focused on that. When Starfield, play your fucking raggedy ass games, bro. Stop worrying about where an Xbox game is gonna go. That's their problem. It's more fun talking about an Xbox game or where is it gonna go or Xbox last place or this and this about Xbox than it is for them to play their own damn PlayStation games, which tells everybody, well, damn, those games must not be that damn fun because you don't see no gaming clips. When you're on Twitter X, you don't see none of them playing nothing. They don't show shit. Nobody's gonna show Death Stranding 2 because the fucking game is boring. Just like y'all didn't show Death Stranding 1 because the damn game was boring. You lied about Forbidden West and Forbidden Dawn, or the damn Aloy. You lied about that game. That game was putting people to sleep. That's why nobody talks about it.
That's why Yoshida said that he is surprised that the sequel for Horizon sold less than the first.
And what else did he say? Helldivers 2 sold more than Spider-Man. Made more money than Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Made more money than Spider-Man 2.
That's why these PlayStation fans are being exposed every single day. They are being exposed. They claim to be the community that buy games. They claim to be the community that has the best games. But when the numbers actually come out, I mean, it's crazy. But let me ask the panel something. There is a lot of narratives going wrong now that as the reason why Sony is changing direction. Let me hear you guys, what you guys think about some of the narratives that these ponies are making. So there is a narrative that is taking up steam right now that the reason why Sony is putting their games onto Xbox is because they are trying to grab the last bit of Xbox gamers over to PlayStation. What do you guys think about that narrative the ponies are pushing?
It's bogus and it's false.
No, look, it's the same. It's the same as Xbox, man. Nobody's gonna drop their Xbox to go play PlayStation. If they haven't done it by now, they're never gonna do it.
Yeah. Fact.
The only thing they're trying to do is get those MAUs up, right?
Yeah.
Sell these games.
Yeah.
Because it's too much competition. I said this a while back, man. It's too much competition. It's too many games. So many games out there that people don't even know about. It's just too many.
Yeah.
So PlayStation games getting lost in the sauce in their own platform. The gamers are already occupied. So they need to try to do what Xbox is doing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they don't have the catalog. They don't have games that have any legs to them. So they won't be able to capture what Xbox is about to capture on their platform. They've already been reduced. I told you, Legal. I told everybody on here that eventually PlayStation is going to be Steam. They're just going to be a storefront. They're going to sell as many consoles as they can, so where they can sell other people.
Don't do it to them.
No. Look, because look, this ain't me just talking junk. I see it happening, and then what? A year later, after I say that, then you got them coming out saying we're going to give you one tentpole franchise per year. That's almost what. That's a little bit better than what Steam is doing, right?
Yeah.
But the way that the console sales go, people just buy a PlayStation without thinking because they just want to play Fortnite, Minecraft. They don't care what's not there.
They have the mind share. They have the mind share, yeah.
Right. So they're going to buy a PlayStation. They know that they can play Fortnite, Call of Duty on it. They're going to buy a PlayStation. That's what they've been doing. So they're going to try to. So what PlayStation's doing is what Microsoft's already done. That's why I said they lose it. Or this is before we started the show. They're always too late to the party. They're always tardy to the party trying to come up and do what they see other people do. And it's too late. So now, see, GT, what they should have done is what they're doing with Helldivers. Put that thing on Xbox the same day that Xbox is putting Forza on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Because what they're doing right now, nobody cares. Like you need to go fight. Because they've already lost their platform. And like I said, to a lesser extent, Xbox has too. Xbox, when they both came up with their console, they said we need to make third-party platforms. We need to make the third-party developers happy. We need to show off on this E3 stage, or was it G3, whatever it was back then. Show up on this stage and show them that they can make games for us.
Yeah.
So now you look at PlayStation now, they've already been reduced to having they got 5 studios, but 1 game per year. And PlayStation fans didn't even really get that upset about it. They still gonna go run out and buy the PlayStation because they never cared about those games to begin with. So PlayStation needs to find people that want to play their games. Be it on Nintendo, be it on Xbox, PC, cell phones. They need to find somebody to play these games because PlayStation fans are not doing it. Right? And I don't want to act like that nobody's buying these games. It's just not enough people buying these games for the amount of money that it's costing PlayStation to produce these games. Yeah. So PlayStation is going to have to bring these games to other platforms. Simple as that. $200-300 million to cross your fingers and sell these games for $9.99 in the name of exclusivity. That's not going to work no more. Only
So
Nintendo can.
So how could the PlayStation community stop Sony from going on this strategy? Would you suggest that the PlayStation community, every time they get their monthly salary, take half of it and just email it to Sony?
Well, I mean, look, the way they talk, you would think they would do something like that, right? But that's about all they can do. Sony is not going to sell more consoles than they sold last generation, right? They're not gonna sell more consoles than they sold last generation in the PS6 era. Console sales are going down.
Correct.
Legal brought up the Switch. The Switch is $199 and $299. $199 and $299 is a toy. Yeah. You break it. All right, let me get him another $199 Switch for Christmas since he broke the business.
Come on with it. I know where you're going with this. Come on, bring it on.
$450 is what are you doing? How did you break this? All right, let's see if we can go get the old Switch, or you know what? I'm not buying you another one. Or let me buy you a console. Let's get a refurbished. Let me buy you a console that sits under the TV that you can't break. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? $450 is no longer a toy. So we're gonna see how Nintendo looks. Nintendo's not gonna sell 160 million Switches. There's no pandemic. I remember going to Walmart during the pandemic, and I saw people buying a Switch so that their kid can play Animal Crossing. That thing was a phenomenon during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Burn their hearts, really. Burn it.
But Switch, look. I said this before the show started. Y'all can kill me now, but Nintendo's gonna fall on the same path because they are even showing you, like, we killed Xbox, we killed PlayStation for raising the price of the consoles versus lowering. Switch comes out at $450. If they don't sell as many units and they can't sell as much software, what are they gonna do? Because they're all public companies and they all need to grow. They all need to show growth for, I think Legal brought up, investor confidence. People pulling money out. They gotta have to grow somehow. The theme parks and all that, that's good. But Nintendo, with the console gaming, that's where they get that's where the bread is buttered. If they show no growth, they're gonna have issues. But PlayStation gotta do what they gotta do. We said this years ago that they're gonna do exactly what Microsoft is doing, because Microsoft always gets killed for being first. What they said in 2013, we're doing it right now. Xbox got killed. Nobody wanted to buy an Xbox One. Xbox says, you know what? We need to put the games in more places. We need to meet the gamers where they are and wherever else they say. PlayStation is doing it. They're just not going to be as overt about it because they do have a perception protect. Xbox is like, we can't get no lower. Let's just put the games everywhere. Let's make our money and let's keep our gamers happy. And let's make the people who don't game with Xbox but still go buy Xbox games look stupid for overlooking Xbox.
Facts.
That's the real Xbox tax. Everybody that's, I'm not gonna call them dumb. Everybody that's ignorant enough to keep buying other platforms to buy Xbox games and pay $70 to $80 for these games. That's the real Xbox tax.
Yeah, and I love it. Let them pay for everything.
Yeah, because if you're gonna go over there and buy Forza 4 years late for $99.99.
That's
I'm gonna chalk it up to ignorance. I'm gonna hope that wasn't your fandom. I'm gonna hope that wasn't your fandom talking, right? I'm gonna hope you were just ignorant and you didn't know no better. That you over there in Europe and you didn't even know about Xbox. They say Xbox is non-existent outside the United States. I'm gonna hope that's them.
100 beans.
100 beans for a 4-year-old game. And look, speaking of the Switch, I was in Target, right? And I saw they had a whole stock of them. I asked my boy, I said, should I get one? He was like, it's up to you. I said, man, let me see. Went look at the games, $70 for Cyberpunk, $60 for Yakuza, this in Game Pass, $70 for Donkey Kong. I'm like, man, am I really gonna play this thing, man? Am I really gonna spend $70 for these games? Bro, all these games are old and they still charge them $60. That just goes to show you, man, like, the Nintendo is not for the educated consumer. We'll put it like that, because if you're gonna pay that much money for those same games that you can get for $15 on the internet, for Steam or on Xbox, hell, Xbox you play them on Game Pass. Probably $15 on PlayStation. But people are buying it on the Switch. Not in large numbers though, but they are buying it, and that's crazy. That's crazy.
A lot of gamers too at this point at this point in gaming, if they've been around long enough, they're not switching consoles, right? They've built their digital library of potentially hundreds of games. They've got their friends who are already on that platform. They're not going to switch, right? So that was genius by Microsoft, is to bring the games to them, right? Because they're not going to come to them. They need to bring the games to them. And what better way to generate revenue and to introduce people more to your type of games than to bring it to their platform, right? And it's paying off in spades, because it's like Shuhei Yoshida said, porting games just prints money. And Sony sees that the type of revenue that Microsoft is generating by doing this. I mean, they're not stupid. They see the numbers. They see what the percentages are. They know how much they're bringing in for each specific game, what games they can target, what games they can't. It's just a winning strategy, and they saw that. Phil saw it as well. Like the console base is not growing; it's stagnating. It's actually declining, and they can't keep selling to the same fan base of games, right? And expect it for any change, expect it for them to grow, especially if they want to achieve their vision of being on any device, any platform, to reach as many gamers as possible. So in order to achieve that, they really have to expand beyond the console, right? Expand beyond the box. And what better way to do that than to introduce it to PlayStation, to Nintendo, to mobile? It's a part of their whole play anywhere on any device, buy one game, play it anywhere. I mean, that's not everybody offers that. Nintendo doesn't offer that. Sony doesn't offer that. It's really just Xbox, and that's what's going to make them stand apart from the two competitors. On top of their cloud services, their cloud services are going to be better than the other two. They're going to be offering more games in more places, more features like quick resume and other potential new features down the road. This next generation Xbox integrating the PC storefronts, giving gamers as many options as possible to play on however they want on and whatever controller they want. I mean, like, how could you go wrong? I mean, with Game Pass 2, it's undeniable. If they continue delivering with their quality content like month after month, and they keep hitting in all cylinders, and they have the studios now. That was the one big problem they had to achieve the vision, right? Outside of growing their base and their revenue, right? Was how do they keep releasing these quality games if they only have a finite amount of studios? They couldn't do it originally. That's why Phil formed Xbox Game Studios. That's why they acquired Bethesda. That's why they acquired ABK, is because no matter how far along in the generation or what development cycles some of their studios are, there's going to be that other portion of studios that are ready to go for their next game. So, like, no matter what, they're always going to have a slate of games coming, and really, they're never going to have a drought again, because, like,
talk about it, because they crying about those studio closures and cancellations. It still ain't slowing down.
Nope. And they made a conscientious decision. A lot of those games have been in development for years, right? And, like, you got to imagine Microsoft is spending millions of dollars on some of those games, and, like, they need a ROI, right? They have to have return. Like, yes, people have been waiting a long time for some of these franchises, like Perfect Dark, but Initiative just wasn't getting the formula right. By the time they finally figured out what they were going to do or how they were going to make the game, it's too late. You know what I mean? Like, they took too long. Yeah. Same with Rare and Everwild. Like, it shouldn't take you 10 years to make a game. Like, that's just ridiculous for anybody expect any company to spend money year after year and not expect any return, not expect the game to be delivered. And so that's what people don't understand. It's like, you can't keep throwing money at something and expect it just to keep losing it, and then nothing comes of it. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and I mean that is what Phil Spencer was criticized for. When it is Redfall was released, they criticized Phil for not putting his foot down and saying, "Don't release this game," right? So we're seeing that the team there at Xbox is doing what they're supposed to do. They went in, they saw that the games weren't living up to what their standard is, and they accept. Now, is it sad for the devs? Is it sad for the game and for those who were waiting on the game? Of course it is. But this is what the Phil Spencer and the team was criticized for with Redfall. Now he's doing his job where he's asking what needs to be asked if it's not making sense, if it don't have that fun factor, if it don't have whatever. We don't know why it is they cancel Perfect Dark. We don't have, how to say, any clear evidence as to why. But whatever is the reason why, you guys said that. Now, if it is these games that release and it don't reach the mark, it don't get the high reviews, it's not critically acclaimed by gamers themselves, you guys would have criticized the management team there at Xbox and say, look, it's a Redfall all over again. You can't criticize them when it is you don't, and criticize the team when they actually do. Make it make sense, right? In addition to that, we would have seen all these studios closing down. It is sad that any gamer is losing or any dev is losing their job, right? But at the end of the day, these corporations don't care about most of their workers. That's the fact. They are just basically a part in the great machine. And when it is that part does not make money or make sense again, they have no problem axing it or taking it all together. With this new thing that is AI, something that will take a dev, it will take 100 devs to do. With AI, you can maybe use 5 devs. With AI, you can use 5 devs compared to 100 devs. Look, Microsoft would have just released a statement, not saying it's right, guys, but Microsoft would have released a statement saying that they would have saved over $500 million since all the closures. So these businesses are here to make money. We have to understand it. But what each consumer has to realize is they have to pick their platform based on what it is you are getting out of it. And at the end of the day, when it comes to value, you cannot beat the Xbox value. You cannot beat it. You cannot beat what Microsoft is giving you for the price and the whole package. That is why I would have chosen Xbox. The package deal that I am getting. I could go to Sony, where I have to pay full price for some of these whack games, or I could come to Microsoft and eventually get these Sony games in the future. So come on, it has to make sense. If it's not making sense, then these multi-billion dollar companies will not keep whatever strategy that you think they should keep.
Right. It's like the movies, right? These movie companies, they go out, they seek out actors and actresses, and they do these auditions, and they pick who they want to play the parts, and they start directing the movie, and the movie gets done, right? Then 4 to 5 years. Movie comes out. They put out the trailers. They get you hyped, right? They put out a release date. Everybody's getting wild up. Everybody starts shopping online for the tickets, the early birds. They want to shop online, get the tickets, and you get the first weekend release, right? And everybody's looking at the numbers because they know the numbers say whether people were interested in the movie or not. See, the money speaks louder than the mouth, right? And we've been saying this as Xbox fans, that your wallet is going to do the talking now. See, we said the PlayStation fan base talks too damn much, but their wallet don't do the talking. Microsoft has made it to where our wallets have been taken care of, to where we don't have to do a lot of talking because they have went above. It's like Walmart. Walmart is one company that shrinkage, and for those that don't know about shrinkage, is theft. Theft doesn't even bother Walmart no more. They're above shrinkage. They're to a point where, yeah, they don't like stealing in their store, but they make so much damn money around the world that shrinkage doesn't even bother them anymore. Microsoft is a company that said, you know what? For a fan base that gets ridiculed for over 20-something years, right? We're going to do something to our fan base. We're going to put our fan base first. We're going to put all these day one games on Game Pass. So we're going to flood them with over 400-something games, whether it's from indie to AA's to AAA's, we don't care. We're going to put them all in their servers, let them pay a monthly fee, let them stack. Look what they did for us. They let us stack for 3 years. You can stack. That thing just changed last year. Now you can't stack no more. Well, if you haven't been stacking since 2017, then you must not really be a true fan. You've had, what, damn 8 or 9 years to do this shit. So if you ain't stacked up now, who cares if you ain't stacked up now? But they even let their fans stack up to 3 years of Game Pass, right? And you can just continue that yearly after that, right? That's over with now. It's back to the yearly stack up. Then you look at Game Pass and you've seen it grow. This thing has come out 2016 to 2017 for Ultimate, right? And it's only in its 8th year. And it's already over 35 million. 8th year. You want to know how long PlayStation Plus has been out here? PlayStation Plus has been out here since 2010. You would think that PlayStation Plus should have about 70 million subscribers, but it doesn't. It only has around 46, 45 million. So for something to have been out 6 years prior, it only sells what? 10 million more? And watch this, and gives you less of value. What's his name? What's his name?
Pescatella.
Pescatella came out last week and smacked the shit out of Chris Dream. Because everybody knows Chris Dream's a dumbass anyway, right? Everybody knew when he wrote for Metro, he was a piece of shit. I'm just calling it like it is, bro. This is the Victory Lap show on Di-RRec Gaming. We don't give a fuck about your feelings, right? Because some of you stupid motherfuckers been talking stupid for over 15 years and had no business speaking in the gaming streets. So y'all can kiss my ass. I'm going to call it like it is. Chris Dream look like he ain't never had a date in his life. He doesn't know how to approach no woman and serenade her. He doesn't even know how to fucking get a female phone number. But this motherfucker up here making dumbass gaming articles for 8 years for Metro. Finally loses his job. Best fucking thing that ever happened. Fuck him. He's up there getting schooled by Matt. Matt's just breaking his little donkey ass heart. Telling them, Game Pass is profitable. Gamers are looking for value. Xbox gamers spend more on games than PlayStation fans do. We all knew this shit, but what was great is somebody's finally saying it too. You just crush them. This whole last week has just been death blows to the donkey community. Blow after blow after blow after blow, right? Just smacking them around. And the funny part about all of this is when Sony comes out and just puts out that memo that their games are just gonna go all multiplats, man. Their games are just fuck it. This whole stupid ass shit about catering these motherfuckers that don't even buy games. We're gonna have to drop these fuckers because we got a lawsuit that we finna lose to. We can't play this game no more with these dumbass donkeys. We gotta get back to business some kind of way. In the meantime, they dropped Ghost of Yote early this year, right? They put a trailer out and they do a state of play and they show them that it ain't coming out till October the 2nd. Nobody gives a shit about this damn. It was Gaming Out and Jay that was talking about how Astrobot was a Super Mario Brothers bootlicker, right? But Ghost of Yote, I mean, if you could literally copy and paste the game, Ghost of Yote is nothing more than Assassin's Creed Shadows, the generic version, the super generic version. I mean, a female warrior is seeking revenge because her family's been killed. Okay, get that. Fucking masked men marauders. The masked men marauders. I mean, it's toe for toe. She gets on a horsey. Well, that's the PlayStation staple point, though. If it's not a horsey and a bow and arrow, fuck it, we ain't making the game. It's got to be a horsey and a bow and arrow. If it ain't a horsey and bow and arrow, the game ain't being made on PlayStation. That's just it. Got the horsey in there, bitch. You got your sword. You saw the damn combat system? I'm like, dude, it ain't even about it. It's the combat system. You still got people sitting there waiting to get killed. Like, I don't get it. And then this Last of Us shit. I told Russ, I'm sick of it, bro. If I hear The Last of Us one more time, just one more damn time, somebody's gonna get hurt around this bitch. I dare Sony to make a fucking another. If this console, before this console's over, it gets another Last of Us, a donkey's getting hurt. Somebody's getting hurt around this bitch. You can't keep throwing this piece of shit ass game out here and think that these donkeys are just gonna keep buying this shit. I mean, you can't make me believe that this is the greatest game ever made in the universe. You can't. You just can't. But for some reason, Sony has this magical wand to when nothing else fails. Fuck it, put him at put the Last of Us back out there. Fuck it, give it to him. Charge him $49.99. Fuck it. But sir, we don't have to upgrade that shit. Tell them it's gonna be in 4K. Fuck it. And there it is again. The Last of Us. I'm like, damn. What is wrong? Listen, maybe Game It Out of Jay. He's the guest here, so I'm gonna ask him. What the hell is up with this game? What is this? What kind of sorcery is this, fam? Tell me. I don't get it. Why are we still talking about? And this is the Last of Us, the original version. Tell me, Arlington. Tell me. What is it about this damn game, bro? Tell me.
I myself ask the same question. Why Sony keep
shit, I'm out of luck, man.
Why they keep remastering this game? I don't know if they made that this game when it just came out was such a popular game for them that they thought they could have replicate the popularity of it. But I don't know, because they would have remastered this game so many times and repackaged it so many times for these ponies to buy. I mean, at some point, we would hope that somebody said, guys, I think we have enough Last of Us out there.
I'm telling you,
why
bro.
are we making all Last of Us? I don't know. I don't know what Sony's doing there, man. This is
don't
crazy.
Even know. Nobody knows. You know what I mean? I'm like, nobody knows, and I don't get it.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it's just, I don't get it. And I remember when it used to come out, I didn't follow the PlayStation. I was like, yo, keep hearing about this last one. Oh, yeah, man. Beautiful story. Okay, you know. Then it gets remastered. I'm like, okay, it got remastered because I hear people say it's a beautiful story, okay. Then it gets remastered again. I'm like, damn. I'm like,
yeah, but the third remaster, remember that Ellie had 3 more strands of hair on her head. That is what made it. Yeah, that is what made it better.
And
that I'm like, strand, mind blown.
This is some culted shit. This is some Jim Jones stuff. You know, they're over here talking about the Epstein files. This is some Epstein shit, man.
Because it's cheaper for them to remaster games than to make new games, basically.
Resident Gamer Zero, talk to me, bro. What kind of sorcery is this, bro? I'm serious. I don't understand this. I don't understand this fan base, bro. I really don't.
When Gotti did it, I can't remember. I think it's mainly because they were trying to capitalize on back when it first came out. There was a big zombie apocalypse craze, and it was critically acclaimed, and people. That was when Sony's first started to get on the map with their story cinematic experiences, and Last of Us was kind of like their pinnacle game from Naughty Dog.
That's the pinnacle game?
And a lot of people's and in a lot of people's eyes, it's the nostalgia of the game, I think, and it's cheap for them to keep remastering it, right? Because they're basically trying to feed off that nostalgia, right? Because Nintendo does the same thing, right? Like, oh, you're going to keep buying that Mario game if we just make a new map, a new skin, new Mario skins, or new costumes. Like, you'll buy it because it's Mario, right? I think so. They try to apply that same principle.
Yeah, but Rez, I didn't mean to cut you off. But there's one thing that Nintendo does that Sony don't do. At least when a new Mario game comes out, it's not called the same thing.
Yeah.
No, I know.
We're literally talking about The Last of Us been redone about 10 fucking times.
You know why I think they did it? Remember that this guy was asking, he was making this movie, The Last of Us TV show, and they wanted to coincide with, if the TV show is popular, then this new audience would want to find out.
You remember that, don't you? Yep.
Yeah. And they would, they would go and buy the games. But I mean, I don't even think that The Last of Us audience,
the movie
TV show,
the second part, flopped. Nobody wanted to watch the shit.
Nobody wanted to watch it. So it kind of died because of all the wokeness and all that thing with all that girly stuff and So that is what happened there with Sony. They thought they could have captured lightning in a bottle for 5 times. Forget about the second time or the third time. They thought they could have captured it 5 times. That's why we have about 5 or 6 The Last of Us. I mean, it's crazy.
I've never seen anything like it.
But let me say this. Let me say this before you go. Right now, I have about 4 more minutes, guys.
Let's go. That's 2 hours. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I have to leave. But let me just say that you guys
are Jay, you end the show. In 4 minutes, you end the show.
Okay, good. Yeah, nice. Yeah, so let me just say that, it was a pleasure rocking out here. These guys are doing some great work. You guys like and subscribe in the comment. I mean, you won't get a real Xbox fan on this. I mean, this was phenomenal. And let me just say that all the Xbox fans who left because Xbox was going third party, right? Stay over there. Don't come back across here where we are getting Game Pass. No, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to smell it. You guys stay across where you are. Go and pay full 70 or 80 bucks over there PlayStation for the same multiplat game that I'll be getting over here. Don't matter what Sony do. If Sony decide to port their games over to Xbox, we win. If they decide not to do it, we will still win because we'll get it via the new Xbox that could play PlayStation games. So don't matter how it is, you guys want to cut it. Even when we lose, we win.
Facts.
So listen to what I'm saying, right? At the end of the day, these ponies have to swallow their saliva for speaking all that crap for all those months. Now you guys look goofy. You guys look disgusted right now because guess what? The same thing that you all criticize Xbox for is the same thing Sony is doing. And I need you guys to keep the same energy. Don't you guys dial down that energy. Keep the same energy. I want to see Dreamcast guy ripping a shirt. I want to see him smoking 2 bags of crack because this is something that he was making a lot of videos for. We should be seeing about 10 videos. PlayStation is dead, right? Come on. We're supposed to be seeing many
fam. Videos. You got 2 more minutes, 2.5 more minutes. Bring it on.
So at the end of the day, these ponies, we are seeing very clear you are not enough. You guys need Xbox more than we need Xbox. That's clear. Sony is saying that. I didn't say it. Sony is saying that we need Xbox. That is why they are willing to pay someone more than $250,000 a year to bring their games over to Xbox. You understand what I'm saying? That is what Sony is doing. Close to $500,000 a year. Sony is paying a random dude or a random chick to bring more of their games over to Xbox. And don't say it's just games as a service because in that job letter, you didn't hear anything that we are paying you to bring games as a service. No, they said we are paying you to bring PlayStation software. Is Gears of War is God of War software a PlayStation software? Yes, it is. Is Horizon a PlayStation software? Yes, it is. So that's the main fact that they say software and not games as a service shows that here what they are not going over there to bring games as a service alone. This guy is getting paid almost $500,000 a year because they want more profits. You guys are not enough. Legal, the realist, this was a phenomenal show.
1 minute, Alan. You got 1 minute. Keep it
1 minute again. 1 minute again.
1 minute. You got 1 minute. Keep going.
Tim Dog, Crab Gamer, you guys will continue to lose more weight staying over there on PC. Just now, you guys will be 80 pounds. Continue rocking out with that Sonic side. You guys will be losing weight. You guys are eating across there. You guys are starving, right? So at the end of the day, listen to me. Xbox is where it's at. If it is, you want to go to PlayStation, no problem. but I see the value in Xbox. Guys, thank you so much for everything you guys would have said today. Phenomenal show. Phenomenal. Yeah?
Island J, it's been a long
No
time
problem.
coming, my man.
Yeah,
Long
man.
time
Yeah,
coming.
man.
I watched
Yeah,
you
man.
grind. You stayed true. You
Come on,
put
man.
10 toes down, man, in the island realms.
Listen
And
to
you
me. I
speak
put
truth.
20 toes, man. 20 toes down there, man.
20 toes down, man, and man, you cook them, and we appreciate you because you never falter. You don't coattail nobody. You stand on your own, and that's what I like about you.
Come on, man. Thanks, man. Thanks
Shout
very
outs
much,
to
man.
everybody that bounced up out of here.
Yes.
Shout outs to Spark 117, man, on the couch. Shout outs to Metroplex out there in Canada. My Canadian
Yeah, shout out
brothers
to
right
man,
here.
Metro, man. Spartan, shout out to you, man.
Facts. My Metro brothers out here. I got my man
shout out to
Realist
you,
back
man.
in the building.
Yeah, realist, shout out to you, man.
Everybody in the chit chat panel.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Amazing
Metroplex, you got anything to say, Fema?
Yes. I wanted to say-
Yes.
Right.
In the video game business, a console can either die as a market leader or lives long enough to become a third-party publisher like Sega.
Right.
And PlayStation is on its way. I mean, it's not dead, but it's on its way to be a
It's flea marketing now. It's flea marketing now. Realist, you got anything you want to say, Fema? Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to everybody who rocked out with us for the whole 2 hours. Shout out to the real Xbox fans. Shout out to the new Xbox fans because PlayStation is the Xbox. Like Phil Spencer. What was it? Wasn't Phil Spencer? It was who staked their whole career on it? What's her name? Sarah Bond. Sarah Bond said you'll understand it and it'll all make sense. She was willing to stake her career on it. So shout out to the PlayStation fans. They're real Xbox fans. They buying these games, right? And shout out to was it Pyro MD Legal? Shows he's a new member.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's a bit. Hey, man. Shout out to Power MD. Shout out to the whole chat pack. Shout out to everybody that came out tonight, man. Everybody came out tonight. Like I said, special shout out to Island Gaming J, man. We here in the building. Everybody's here. Resident Gamer Zero, the realest one, Spark 117, Metroplex, Game Traders, Di-RRec Gaming. Y'all know what it is, man. We getting up out, kicking ass today, man. There's nothing else to say. There's really nothing else to do. Laugh at them. Get up. Look, go play some video games. You an Xbox fan, you got games to play. Less social media, more gaming now. Let's get excited for the 25th anniversary. But before that, let's get excited for some of these games that are going to be dropping this next month, all the way to the end of this month, and all the way to the end of this year. We still got Gamescom, and we still got the Tokyo show coming. So we got a lot of things to be excited for this second half of this year of 2025. But 2026 is coming. The 25th anniversary of Xbox. We're going to finally get a chance to see. Oh, wait a minute. Y'all finish that off. We'll finally get a chance to see some specs about the new console, hopefully. But before that, let's rewind it back to 2025. Shouts to anybody that gets their hands on those raw Xbox Allies, man. It's time for you to start getting on that Xbox Allies and play all them damn games. Showcase all those PlayStation games that you can play. Show everybody that you're gaming. It's time that now Xbox is about to be showcasing the mobile space. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Everywhere you go, everywhere you look, no matter what you see, when they talk about gaming, they're going to have to mention Xbox. Damn, these prophecies are coming so beautiful, man. They coming so easy now. Look at this shit. While PlayStation has become a damn storefront like Realist predicted it was going to be, it's a fucking flea market now. PlayStation is a dog shit flea market for everything you love. That ugly ass, miserable looking ass console. Those next generational kids on TikTok's dissing the shit out of it. And that's going to be the next show for everybody to think that I'm playing. My son put me on game. I didn't even believe my 13-year-old son. His generation over there on TikTok, they're annihilating the PlayStation 5 right now because it just took some time. That's all. It just took people to start telling the truth about shit. Now you got this generation comparing stuff. right? They're old enough to start caring about what they got, and they want to compare. They want to start talking to their friends, and a lot of them are starting to realize the PlayStation 5 is just dog shit. It just is. Dog shit ass damn console. It's the ugliest console, one of the ugliest. It's in the top 3 of all time ugliest ass consoles. 7 variants, that's dog shit. That's just, you have to be a zealot sitting over there just, this ugly ass console, and you put in your mind, oh, look at this damn console. You a zealot.
Legal, real quick, what console is uglier than that though? I'm thinking about it. I think that's the ugliest console.
That's one of the ugliest ever, man.
Not one. What's uglier? I'm thinking. Because you got like boxes and cubes. You know what I mean? From Xbox,
the unboxing coming out, egg carton. God.
No. That is the ugliest router console wannabe, futuristic spaceship wannabe. What is it, man? It's ugly.
It's ugly, man.
It's ugly,
and it doesn't go with
huge.
nothing in your house. It don't go with unless you got a white interior house with white furniture. Okay.
As ugliest as it could get. It's like ugly, like on top of ugly. Like it's just like the lowest form of ugly. Above and beyond booger ugly. Yeah, just ugly.
Man.
Look, ugly, man.
Look, man. Look, we love you donkeys, man. We hope that y'all continue. We hope that y'all will start listening. You know what I'm saying? Get out of your feelings. It's so funny to make fun of y'all and laugh at y'all, but damn it, man. Listen, we really just want to play some games, but y'all are so fucking stupid out here. We got to do this. It's like, stop being so damn stupid. Just realize you've been lied to. Realize you've been bamboozled. Make the right decisions. We don't give a damn if you don't buy the Xbox. Buy our games. Keep us in business. Keep us going. Look, salute to all gamers around the world. Whether you're a Nintendo fan, Xbox fan, PlayStation fan, we don't give a damn. We're going to represent Xbox over here on Di-RRec Gaming. Shout out to everybody day in and day out that comes around here and gives us support when we drop these magical shows. Always stay in the ones and twos with us, man, as we hold these mics, man. And we tell our chat pack to get on stage with us and we perform all together like a big-ass concert. Because that's what we do over here. And just shout out to Island Gaming Jay for being a special guest today, man. Just spitting those jewels like he always do, standing 20 toes down over in the Caribbean seas, man. Shouts to the realest one. Shouts to Spark 117 again. Shouts to Resident Gamer Zero, Game Shredders, and Spark 117 and the mighty chat pack. I go by the name of the new legal. This is Di-RRec Gaming, and I better not catch one of y'all tucking your chain in. Remember, keep it gaming and always gaming, man. And everybody deserves a second chance. Don't let nobody steal the one up in your life. You are queued to be redeemed on anything, famo. Everybody. There's nobody better than nobody. We're here to do one thing and one thing only, yo. And that's to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help us gaming. We are here to put gaming back into the streets and put streets back into gaming. On the other side of things, we about to get up out of here. God bless each and every one of y'all. Stay alive. Be safe out there, man. And we'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.